What if misunderstanding wasn't the exception, but the rule? People never hear your words the way you meant them. They hear them the way life taught them to. Every conversation starts with two people trying to translate a world the other has never lived in. Maybe that's why some people can hear love and feel control, while others can hear connection and feel rejection. The words never changed, the world inside the listener did. Maybe the conversation was never the misunderstanding. Maybe the misunderstanding started long before the conversation ever began. Come with me for a moment. Let's step into another world where this makes perfect sense. Marcus and Jasmine had been together for 4 years. One evening, they were cleaning up the kitchen after dinner. The television played softly in the background. Marcus dried the last plate while Jasmine wiped down the counter. She looked over at him and smiled. "You don't compliment me anymore." Marcus looked up. "I tell you I love you every day." "I know, but I miss hearing you tell me I'm beautiful." Marcus nodded. "I'll do better." The conversation ended, or at least, they thought it did. Because the words stopped, but the interpretations had only just begun. The next morning, Jasmine sat on the couch, coffee in one hand, her phone forgotten beside her. She replayed the conversation in her mind. He didn't even deny it. He just said he'd do better. Maybe he knows he's changed. The conversation reminded her of something she hadn't thought about in years. When she was 12, she walked past her parents' bedroom one night and heard her mother quietly say, "I just want to feel like you still see me." Her father answered, "You know I love you." Her mother lowered her head. "That's always your answer. You tell me you love me, but you never hear what I'm actually saying." Over the next few years, the laughter disappeared. The conversations became shorter. The house became quieter. Eventually, so did her father. One day, he packed a few boxes, walked out the front door, and never came back home. Jasmine never forgot the last thing she heard her father say, "But I loved you." From that day forward, part of her quietly believed that saying, "I love you," was what people said right before they lost each other. She carried that belief long before she ever met Marcus. That very same morning, while Jasmine sat alone with her thoughts, Marcus was doing the very same thing. He couldn't shake her words. "You don't compliment me anymore. I miss hearing you tell me I'm beautiful." When Marcus was 10, his uncle Raymond taught him something without ever trying to. Raymond wasn't a man who talked much. He believed love was something you showed. He fixed what was broken. He carried what was heavy. He gave without being asked. To him, his actions spoke louder than words ever could. Later that evening, Raymond carried the finished rocking chair onto the porch. He smiled, looked at his wife, and said, "I love you." He gently set the chair in front of her. "Look at it. Isn't it beautiful?" She smiled, ran her hand across the wood, and quietly said, "It is." Then she looked up at Raymond. "When was the last time you looked at me and told me I was beautiful?" Raymond frowned, confused. "I just told you I love you." She shook her head. "That's not what I'm saying." Raymond's voice grew louder. "Then I don't know what else you want from me." The conversation turned into an argument. That argument eventually turned into a divorce. Marcus remembered thinking, maybe Uncle Raymond just never took accountability. That moment quietly shaped how Marcus would handle conflict for the rest of his life. Marcus wasn't just hearing Jasmine. Jasmine wasn't just hearing Marcus. Neither one of them realized they were responding to misunderstandings they never knew they were still carrying. That's the nature of misunderstanding. Real understanding begins the moment you're aware that misunderstanding is always possible. Because awareness makes you stop assuming and start seeking. And the moment you start seeking, understanding has already begun. This is the quote room, where words wake minds. Some things don't need a reaction, just a reflection. Just a few thoughts that I had on my mind.